Young South Africans were recruited by an agency to go and teach English in China. Chinese authorities found they had student visas instead of worker visas and seized the documents. The problem has now been resolved. They'll be flying back to South Africa in groups of 3 starting on Monday.
Now, the Immigration Bureau is also responsible for repatriating foreigners found to be working illegally in China. And there have been many cases of this surfacing recently as the country takes a more stringent approach to the matter. And in many ways, the South African detainees might consider themselves lucky. There were actually 2 Irish teachers with visas recently found guilty of taking on additional jobs, something they said they didn't know they weren't allowed to do. And they had to spend 10 days in individual jail cells before they were sent home. It's not known whether they had to pay the maximum fine, which is about $1,500 US.
Defence Minister NOSIVIWE MAPHISA NQAKULA says Southern African Development Community has an early warning system if the situation deteriorates in Lesotho. She was speaking on the sidelines of the ministerial meeting of the SADC organ on politics, defence and security underway in Angola. The meeting is called to discuss the political situation in the region with specific focus on Lesotho and the DRC. The minister says despite reports of renewed tensions, Lesotho is better today than it was a few years ago. Our reporter Mzwandile Mbeje caught up with the minister ahead of the SADC meeting.
What are you going to be discussing right now?
Well, from what we have seen on the agenda, there will be certainly a discussion on the security situation in the region with specific reference to Lesotho and the DRC. But also I note that there will be a report on the state of preparedness for the coming elections in Zimbabwe and also the Democratic Republic of Congo. It seems generally it will be a discussion on the state of affairs within the region in terms of political security stability, and that's it.
Minister, it appears that Lesotho really is getting tense with attacks of military officers that have been reported.
Well, I don't know if it is getting worse than what it was, but what I do know that, remember, there is SABC currently in Lesotho, and it has done extraordinarily well. And the mediator we have in the person of our president has equally done extremely well and has put a team together right now of appointed former Deputy Judge President Moseneke, together with 3 deputy ministers as part of his support. So I think that SADC is on the ground, and I don't want to say much about it. I think the Minister of International Relations should give you more information, but I can say to you that from the side of defense, we are part of SABC, and yes, we receive constant reports about what is happening. And I think that SADC has also put together an early warning system so that if the situation deteriorates in Lesotho, we can be quick. We can make a quick intervention.
Thank you very much, Minister. I know that you're still going to the meeting, so we can't be talking much because I'm sure you'll give me details once we're done. That was our Minister of Defense there, Minister MAPHISA NQAKULA, talking to us about the issues they'll be discussing as they go into the meeting.
Hundreds of